What's going on, YouTube? It's No Fuss Giving Trey back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the 50 reasons a Pisces has already said goodbye internally and you missed the signs. And I'm going to break it down for y'all. So one thing about Pisces is the fact that most people think a Pisces leaves suddenly, but the truth is that a Pisces oftentimes leaves emotionally first, long before they leave physically. Now, in this video, I'm going to break it down because there's different reasons why that is. And I'm going to tell you why the Pisces has already detached and why the Pisces stop arguing, why they stop texting, why silence can be more dangerous than anger itself, and what happens when a Pisces finally gives up on a connection. See, one thing about Pisces, they're known for, compassion, loyalty, intuition, and forgiveness. But once the trust is broken too many times, the goodbye begins eternally. And many people don't even realize it until it's too late. Now, I'm going to break it down for y'all. So when a Pisces has already left emotionally before they physically leave, what does this mean? So a Pisces can, have repeated themselves too many times. So the same issue has been going on for months and they just stop explaining. Now, another thing is that a Pisces, when it comes to their intuition, their intuition kept warning them about you in the situation. So here, let's say that a Pisces felt that their intuition was telling them that something always was, fell off about a situation or a person. The outcome could be that the Pisces will begin to detach. Now, once the trust is broken and a lie gets exposed, then all of a sudden the doubt replaces the security in itself. So that's another thing. So a Pisces can also just simply felt unheard as a result. So their feelings, get dismissed, and then all of a sudden they just simply just stop sharing. Now, a Pisces could have become the one who was, doing, trying in a sense between the both of you or the situation. So if a Pisces sensed that it was a one-sided effort, what is that going to lead to? Well, a Pisces could become exhausted by it. Now, if there were promises that never became actions of which was said to the Pisces concerning someone else, this could be the case as well. When the respect disappeared, that's another thing that could cause it. Loyalty wasn't returned. That's another reason for a Pisces to, detach mentally before physically. Now, a Pisces may oftentimes, consider the connection, but if it becomes draining, then this could lead to them, checking out. Another thing is they may have stopped, they stopped feeling appreciated by, what the person or the situation that was at hand. So if that emotional investment drops, then so does Pisces. Now, another thing what Pisces could notice is, like I said, the hypocrisy behind it. They may have noticed the double standards that, were brought forth, and they may have felt misunderstood altogether. So if a Pisces feel, or felt used in a sense, they're definitely going to detach emotionally before physically leaving the situation. Now, the Pisces kindness can become, expected. All of a sudden, nobody says thank you anymore when you do things from the kindness of your heart. That would make the resentment build up as a result. So if a Pisces were always the one doing, all the comforting, nobody checked on them, they were always the one, checking on others, and let's just say they felt emotionally alone most of the time, or they just simply felt invisible, this could be the reason why they would, check out or detach emotionally before physically leaving. Now, let's just say you try to mock a Pisces for, having dreams and visions about, what they may have, told you or was excited enough to tell you or share with you concerning those dreams. Well, if you mock their dreams, let's just say, for example, a person may have laughed at a Pisces goal in mind, but then all of a sudden the Pisces just simply, as a result, they just simply stop sharing their dreams with you. Now, if a Pisces vulnerabilities were used against them, that's another reason why a Pisces may emotionally, detach before physically leaving. They may oftentimes, if they feel their secrets weren't protected, that's another case. If their trust was mishandled, that's another reason for them to, detach emotionally before physically leaving. And if their forgiveness was abused, because you can't take a Pisces forgiveness for granted. Let's just say a Pisces just may have saw your patterns and they may have saw your patterns and your behaviors, clearly. So here you may, try to use different excuses, but continue to use the same behavior. So when this happens, the reality becomes clear. Now let's just say like the actions stop matching the words, the excuses replaced accountability, the effort became inconsistent, and the energy started to shift. This could be another scenario. Now let's just say that the Pisces no longer felt emotionally safe around you or the situation, or the relationship became predictable all of a sudden, or if they just stopped believing that change was coming, if they feel that the spark disappeared in a relationship or friendship, or just simply the hope faded away. That's another reason why Pisces will detach emotionally before physically leaving the situation. Now, Pisces at times could have realized that, they couldn't save everyone, even though the boundaries appear as a result. Now, they may have, stopped trying to fix people. They may stop, carrying others in situations, emotionally. They may stop chasing closure simply, and they may also have, just accept the reality. Now, they may also no longer argue when it comes to their behavior. And see, you can expect a fight, but then all of a sudden you get silence. Now, even when a Pisces, has detached emotionally before physically leaving, they may stop asking you questions. They may stop seeking reassurance. They may stop checking in with you, and they simply may stop caring about, being understood at this point. Now, if a Pisces, like I say, when they detach, just know that when they detach, more than likely, they will do this before actually leaving. So here, they'll still be present physically, but then at the same time, emotionally, they're already gone. Now, let's just say they may have mourned the relationship privately. Maybe they've already got over the friendship in private before they actually, decided to leave physically. Another thing is that they may, have accepted the end before anyone else did. They could also have made peace with letting go. And that's why they're so sure, and ready to just, let the person in the situation go. They may have finally, chose themselves for once. So that could be the case. So when a Pisces is, going through and processing feelings regarding, a goodbye, they go through a filter and they go through a process. So in other words, when a Pisces is saying goodbye, as the final result, I'm gonna tell you, as they process it, they could go through stage one, which is the concern. So here they could, feel like, oh, can we talk about this? And they might talk to themselves and just try to, reflect and try to see like, oh, is this even possible to do with this other person? Now, stage two, when a Pisces reaches stage two in regards to, saying goodbye as a final, result, they could, go through the frustration and why does this keep happening could be the question. If a Pisces, if it leads up to stage three, then this could be considered, disappointment in itself. And then the Pisces will feel like, oh, I expected better from the situation or the person. Now, when Pisces reaches stage five, then this is considered the detachment itself. And see, the feelings could begin, shutting down, just like all the stores shutting down during COVID. Now, when it comes to stage six, is that internal goodbye. So, you might not always get to see a physical goodbye, but internally, Pisces could have the inner conflict where they feel the internal goodbye earlier on. So it's almost like the funeral already happened, but it was inside of the Pisces. Now, once a Pisces get to stage seven, this is usually the physical exit. So everyone notices when they leave. But like I said, as an outcome, people often think that Pisces left suddenly, but what they forget is that, oh, the Pisces could have left 6 months ago, but you just noticed today them leaving. See? So like, comment, share, subscribe. And like I say, if you haven't, and smash that like button for me. I appreciate the likes. Appreciate all those that show support, those that subscribe. And I love y'all. Catch y'all on the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.